I will be your MC. My name is Suzanne Grant. I'm the Executive Director of Capital Angel Network here in Ottawa. We're one of the most active early stage investment groups across Canada. I'm happy to be your MC today, making this very grand announcement. I'd like to acknowledge that we are joining today from Ottawa, the traditional territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Jenna Subs, Member of Parliament for Canada Carleton, an important advocate for our region, to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Suzanne, and great to see you here today. Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. It's a great pleasure to be here today with you here in Ottawa, in my riding of Canada Carleton, and in Canada's largest technology park. Thank you very much to Dev and the team for hosting us here at BluWave-ai for what I know is going to be a very exciting announcement. Thank you to everyone who's joined us here in the room as well as virtually, as well as to HEMA, including Karen Chase, who is here, as well as other representatives, as I said, both in the room, in person, and virtually. It's great to be here today with my colleague, the wonderful Minister Tassi. Thank you for being here. I'm happy to spend some time here today at BluWave, one of Deloitte's Fast 50 technology winners and Startup Energy Transition's top 100 global clean tech companies, for some incredibly exciting news for our technology sector here in Ottawa. Thanks to the successes of companies like BluWave-ai and Tehima, it is no wonder that the Ottawa region is one of the most diverse tech hubs in North America. And Canada here, Canada's largest technology park, home to over 540 companies employing over 33,000 people. Together, we are cultivating companies from startups to scale-ups and laying the foundation, if you will, for the next generation of innovators and businesses across the region. Ensemble, nous aidons les entreprises à passer du stade de démarrage à celui de l'accroissement d'échelle et nous jetons les bases de la prochaine génération d'innovateurs et d'entreprises dans la région. As the local Member of Parliament for Canada Carleton, I'm fortunate to represent many of the people and organizations who are working hard to make our technology community stronger. The Government of Canada understands the importance of nurturing and ensuring that our tech sector survives and thrives, by providing the necessary tools to adopt new digital solutions to remain one of the most competitive tech scenes globally. It's companies like yours here today that help to diversify our local economy, create jobs, and bring new ideas to the forefront each and every day. Ce sont des entreprises comme la vôtre qui aident à diversifier l'économie locale, à créer des emplois et à mettre chaque jour de nouvelles idées à l'avant-plan. I'm pleased to introduce now my colleague Philomena Tassi, the Minister responsible for Federal Economic Development Agency for Southern Ontario, who will be delivering some great news for our local tech sector. Minister Tassi's role is to support projects that drive economic growth across Southern Ontario. And I know she is very passionate about doing so and about promoting Southern Ontario as a home for innovative businesses and organizations to thrive, and as a great place to live as well. So please join me in welcoming Minister Tassi.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much, Jenna, for that warm introduction. And thank you to Dev and Pierre and the team at BluWave-ai for hosting today's event, and to Karen and the team at Tehima for joining us. So look, I'm very pleased to be here in the Ottawa region today and to be joined by each and every one of you. I'm happy to see the tremendous growth of this region's tech businesses and entrepreneurs. Thanks to Ottawa's leading post-secondary institutions, innovative businesses, and growing talent, this area has become one of the top hub cities in North America, and our government is committed to supporting growing communities like this. And I can tell you that Jen is always bragging about this on a regular basis. Just a month ago, Prime Minister Trudeau and Premier Doug Ford were part of an announcement of a massive expansion of Nokia's Canada campus. The Ottawa region, including Canada, is a growing tech hub, and investments like these ensure that good Canadian companies can scale up their success and attract new talent. These businesses are transforming the power of digital technology to support industries across Canada. Our government is working to ensure that these businesses have the tools and resources they need to scale up and to grow. I am pleased to announce a total investment of $4.4 million to support the scale-up and growth of two leading tech businesses, BluWave-ai Inc. and Tehima Inc. BluWave-ai is receiving a $1.7 million contribution to build and commercialize electric vehicle fleet management software products. As governments make the shift towards electric public transit fleets, the development of electric vehicle technology becomes more and more critical. Using artificial intelligence-powered technology, BluWave's AI products will enable users to reduce energy consumption and optimize operating costs. They will also create 50 highly skilled jobs in the Ottawa region. And I know that we're going to get a demonstration of this after this announcement today. I really look forward to that, because seeing it firsthand is important, and it gives you a better appreciation of, I think, really what we are achieving here. Tehima Software is providing accessible, easy, and secure cloud-based remote working solutions for SMEs and large enterprises anywhere in the world. It is also providing greater access and connectivity solutions for remote, rural, and Indigenous communities. Today, I'm pleased to announce an investment of $2.7 million in Tehima to help accelerate the adoption of its unique global platform and create 38 new skilled jobs across the Ottawa region. These technologies will have lasting impact on the way Canadians work, live, and do business, whether it be working remotely or commuting on public transit. They will also help advance clean technologies and the transition to a clean growth economy, which is a top priority for our government. The investments we are making here today are about positioning Canada for an energy-efficient economy. It's about getting Canada ready for the future and ensuring our place as a world leader in both economic growth and the fight against climate change. I look forward to the exciting things to come from both of your companies in the future. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Minister Tassi, for that wonderful announcement about leaders in our region, BluWave-ai and Tehima Inc. And also congratulations to the Ottawa region for that wonderful announcement. Next, it gives me pleasure to introduce an old friend of mine. I first bonded with Dev Paul, the CEO of BluWave Inc., at Invest Ottawa, an accelerator, when we were kind of peer mentoring as new co-founders of very challenging spaces. And we also bonded because we were unusual military veterans that had turned into entrepreneurs. And so we used to meet over a beverage and just I remember him talking about his dreams about BluWave-ai. If it works, Suzanne, it will do this and this and this and this. And I have goosebumps right now being here to see the results of what's happening. It's so important that we support the vision and the dreams of outstanding entrepreneurs that can make change happen. Tehama as well are very great friends of mine. I have known them since the beginning as well. We're so fortunate here in Ottawa to be kind of a small, tight group in tech. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Dev Paul, the CEO and co-founder of BluWave-ai.
Thank you, Suzanne. So thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. And I guess one of my jobs as a CEO of now not just a startup, but an enterprise is to be as good as some of the politicians in speaking publicly. I'm actually really excited about this. We just passed our 5-year anniversary on October 31st. You know, crazy people start companies doing crazy things on Halloween. So that was 5 years ago. Lunches with Suzanne about what we want to achieve. But most importantly, I spoke to Jenna literally 5 years ago, and I said, we have all this really leading edge networking talent, telecom talent, AI, cloud computing talent, and what's happening in the world of renewable energy and transport electrification is all of that is going to be needed to manage the grid and manage networks of EVs. And it's just a matter of time that there'll be companies, it'll become a new category. And I see all this talent here in Ottawa, and if I can put them under one roof and convince a number of angel investors, and then eventually grow the company, get financing from venture capitalists and from government funds, we can really build something substantial here in Canada. So our goal with BluWave-ai is to build the world's premier renewable energy and transport electrification AI company based in Canada, but for the global markets. So we just talked about Nokia setting up their center here in Canada, and obviously that's a multinational. One of our angel investors back 5 years ago, he dissuaded me from joining a corporate job. And he's like, forget about joining a multinational, Dev. Just go build a multinational with this. So we're at the ground floor still, right? That's the goal, right? All of Ottawa economy is behind us. The federal government is behind us. Most importantly, many of our employees here, they could go get paid double or triple of what they get in a startup to work at the likes of Amazon or Google. They've chosen to sacrifice to go on this climate change mission, to decarbonize the planet using data more efficiently, to see the insights in what's happening in these networks, reduce the consumption of coal, reduce the consumption of natural gas. We see what's happening in Europe, onboard more wind and solar, put more electric miles on the road, less carbon-emitting miles on the road. Speaking of being on the road, one of the big values of BluWave is what we actually get done. So we're very thankful to our investors. We're very thankful to the federal government for backing our BluWave-ai EV Fleet Orchestrator. That's like during a Formula One race, you go in pit lane and you got to top up on your gas and your tires and all that. Then you got to get out on the track and beat the global competition and kind of win the Constructors' Championship, if you want to take a Formula One example. That's what we need to go do with this. So message to my staff, message to all our supporters in the ecosystem, please help us just get things done. Talk is cheap. Delivering functioning systems in the field is the biggest value BluWave can provide. And when we think about it, what we are going to enable with the EV Fleet Orchestrator is for bus companies, last mile delivery fleets like the likes of FedEx and UPS, to come back actually in the depot, that is their pit lane, and do that more efficiently for when they get out on the road and do their delivery. So the the theme multiplies on itself, and our job is basically to make that happen with Canadian talent for global markets. We have pull from all over the world for this solution. So this is not a local solution, it's global. So I'd like to thank everyone for being on this journey with one crazy guy on Halloween to 5 years later. And we got a FIFA World Cup coming up in Toronto in 4 years. There's one starting in Qatar this weekend. In 4 years, what do we want our ecosystem to be? BluWave being a catalyst, but there's a larger energy transition ecosystem that Canada has to be the world leader in, and that's my challenge to all of us. Thank you.
Oh, that was just great, Dev. Thank you very much. And now I would like to invite Pierre Rivard, board member at BluWave-ai AI, to say a few words.
So Minister Tassi, MP Suds, and FedDev officials, we really thank you for this announcement today. It's great to see Canada backing up a true up-and-coming company at the intersect of four very fast-growing fields, namely artificial intelligence, renewable energy, as well as electrification of transport and climate change. For me, as a board member of NRC as well, it's great to see a champion backed up by the country. You know, today's world is one of global competition of systems, not just of companies. So to get the systems backing us up is very important to compete on a global scale. And BluWave-ai was born global right from day one. It's not something they aspire to do. They were born global from the beginning. And they were born global as well by having representatives from the diaspora of all over the world in one singular company, which is a very exciting archetype of the modern economy, the modern Canadian environment. So to me, it's a great honor to see such successful team being the recipient today of the announcement. Et encore une fois, merci beaucoup au gouvernement du Canada. Nous sommes très reconnaissants au nom des membres du conseil d'administration et des investisseurs. Et nous allons vous rendre fiers sur la scène internationale. Merci.
So it looks like the future is here now and today. This is the new Canada, a new way of building companies out to the world.